You're lying in your bunk. Lights are low, the dorm smells like sunscreen and adventure. You've had the best day, you found a casual farm job lead, made 3 new friends, and someone just told you about a hidden beach 2 hours north. And then, that guest walks in. You don't know exactly what it is. Maybe they stood too close at the lockers, maybe they asked questions that felt just off, maybe they keep looking at you in a way that makes your skin crawl. When we manage hostels in Australia, we want guests to tell us about weird or scary guests, and we would manage the situation confidentially. If your hostel manager does not help you, you may need to find another hostel. If you want to stay safe in a hostel, please keep watching. And stay watching for the meaning of today's Aussie slang word, Barney, later in the video. Here's what nobody tells you before you book your first hostel bunk in Australia. The social environment of a backpacker hostel is one of the most open, unregulated, and unpredictable social spaces you will ever live in. And that's mostly amazing, but occasionally, things get genuinely uncomfortable. Today we're going there. I'm giving you the full playbook, the psychology, the legal reality, the strategies, and the 2026 tools that keep you protected. Knowledge is the difference between a story that ends badly and one you laugh about years later. Let's get into it. Australia's backpacker hostel scene is massive. In 2026, Australia remains one of the top 3 working holiday destinations on the planet, with hundreds of thousands of working holiday visa holders arriving every single year. Pair that with domestic budget travelers, gap year students, and seasonal workers chasing the harvest trail, and you've got an ecosystem that is beautifully diverse and wonderfully chaotic. That openness is the magic of it. But it also means that hostels, by design, have almost no barrier to entry. Anyone who can pay for a bed can walk through the door. And that changes everything about how you need to think about your safety. In Australia, hostel operators are bound by anti-discrimination law. That means a hostel cannot legally refuse accommodation to someone based on a feeling, not gut instinct, not a weird vibe. The law protects individuals from being turned away based on subjective judgment, and for good reason. The practical effect is that a hostel manager might know a guest is making people uncomfortable, but without a documented incident or direct complaint, their hands can be tied. What does that mean for you? It means you are your own first line of defense. Not in a scary way, in an empowered way. Stick with me, because at the 3-minute mark I'm giving you the single most important phrase you can say in a hostel confrontation. It works every time, it de-escalates instantly, and almost nobody knows it. Don't skip ahead, stay right here. Let's talk recognition, because creepy is a spectrum, and knowing where on that spectrum you're dealing with changes your response completely. At the low end you have social misreads, a guest from a different culture standing closer than feels comfortable, or asking about your relationship status as casual small talk. In the middle you have persistent boundary pushers. Someone who doesn't stop after you've clearly signaled disinterest, who keeps appearing wherever you are, who makes comments that feel slightly too personal. Uncomfortable, deliberate, and not okay. At the serious end you have voyeuristic or threatening behavior, unexpected touching, someone going through your belongings, cameras where they shouldn't be. This is not just uncomfortable, it's a potential criminal act, and it demands an immediate and serious response. In 2026 there's a 4th category worth naming, digital creepiness. Guests who find your Instagram from a name on your locker, who screenshot your location check-in from the hostel's public social media. The digital footprint of hostel life is real, and managing it matters just as much as managing your physical space. Quick time out. If you're watching this and you're getting ready for Australia, already on the road, or helping a mate plan their trip, drop your country in the comments right now. I personally read every single one. This channel is built for you, and I want to know where the Backpack Australia community is coming from today. Strategy 1 is assertive communication, and here's the phrase that works. When someone is crossing your line, look them directly in the eye and say, "Hey, I need you to stop doing that. It's not okay with me." No apology, no softening, no sorry but, just clean, clear, and direct. Here's the psychology. Most people who push boundaries are operating on social ambiguity. They keep going because nobody has given them a clear stop signal. The moment you give one, clearly and without hostility, most of them back off immediately. You don't need to be aggressive. You just need to be unambiguous. If the direct approach doesn't work, or if you're dealing with the serious tier from the start, go to the hostel reception desk and make a formal complaint. Don't just mention it in passing. Give them a time, a description, a location, and ask them to log it. Hostel managers can act on documented complaints in ways they cannot act on general vibes. A pattern of complaints about the same guest gives them legal cover to remove that person, and your complaint might be the third one, the one that tips the scales. In 2026, many hostels now have digital incident reporting systems, some with QR codes in dorm rooms linked directly to a safety form. Ask if yours has this. It's becoming standard. Every veteran backpacker knows the buddy system, but most first-timers treat it like a happy accident. You need to engineer it. Within your first hour in a new hostel, identify 2 or 3 people who seem switched on and trustworthy, and make deliberate conversation. Offer to share a meal, swap a travel tip, show them a local spot. The buddy system isn't just about walking back from the bar together. It's about having someone who notices if you don't come back to the dorm, someone who'll back you up in a confrontation, someone a creepy guest has to factor in before approaching you because you're never alone. Build your social infrastructure on day one, every single time. Choose a bunk near the door if possible, easier exit. Keep valuables in a locker with your own padlock, not the hostel's. In 2026, compact travel-grade cable locks and anti-theft packs have become genuinely excellent, and they're worth sorting before you fly. Your phone is your wallet, your map, your bank, and your lifeline. Treat it like one. Lock it with a PIN code on all banking apps, not just a fingerprint. The number of phones that get snooped or go missing in hostel dorms is massively underreported, and a 30-second habit protects everything. Stay with me, because in about 60 seconds I'm covering the digital safety angle that almost every backpacker guide completely ignores in 2026. Your social media footprint, your check-ins, your tagged hostel photos, they're giving more away than you think. One more minute, don't go anywhere. Here's the 2026 reality that no travel blog from 3 years ago can tell you: your digital presence is now part of your physical safety. When you check into a hostel and it tags you in an Instagram story, your first name, your face, and your location are now public. Anyone in that hostel can screenshot it. Simple fixes: ask staff not to tag you in social posts. Turn off location sharing on your Instagram stories before you check in. Don't write your full name and nationality on any shared whiteboard or notice board, which many hostels still use for guest introductions. Use a VPN on public hostel Wi-Fi, every time, non-negotiable. Hostel networks are shared and often completely unsecured. A VPN takes 30 seconds to activate and protects everything you do online while connected. If you're not already using one, fix that before your next hostel stay. Real talk: if you've had an experience like this at an Australian hostel, or if you're nervous about one, drop it in the comments with the words "priority reply" and I will personally get back to you. Not a bot, not a copy-paste, me. Because this stuff matters, and you deserve a real answer. Let's talk prevention, because the best strategy for dealing with a creepy hostel guest is choosing a hostel where it's far less likely to happen. When reading reviews, filter specifically for mentions of staff responsiveness. Reviews that say management sorted it out immediately tell you this hostel has a culture of actually dealing with problems. When we were hostel managers in Australia, we cared for our guests more than money, and we moved creepy or weird guests out from the hostel to keep everyone happy and safe. Make sure your hostel does this too. Look for reviews mentioning security and lockers. In 2026, the gap between hostels that take security seriously and those that don't has never been wider. The best budget hostels now have lockers, CCTV in common areas with clear signage, and staff trained in conflict de-escalation. You want to stay in hostel with a strong social community. Creepy behavior is far less likely to flourish in a hostel where guests genuinely look out for each other. A high vibe often tells you more about your real experience than a spotless bathroom. Don't ignore Facebook groups for real-time intel either. The Working Holiday Australia groups have hundreds of thousands of members and are brutally honest. Search the hostel name before you book and you'll find first-hand accounts that never make it onto the official review platforms. That's your most reliable source of truth. Almost done, and I've saved the most important mindset shift for last. Everything I've told you today is tactical, but the thing that actually changes your experience is mental. Stay with me for 2 more minutes. This is the bit that travels with you. Here's the truth I want to leave you with. In a year of backpacking across Australia, you might check into 30, 40, 50 hostels. You will meet hundreds of people. And the overwhelming, dominant experience you will have is joy, connection, shared meals at 11 p.m, strangers who become travel partners, people who remind you why travel is the greatest education there is. One uncomfortable guest, even a genuinely creepy one, is insignificant. A story you'll tell at dinner parties. An experience that, handled well, actually builds something in you: resilience, situational awareness, the quiet confidence of someone who knows how to handle themselves. Don't let the one bad experience you're preparing for, or the one you've already had, write the story of your trip. You're smarter than that, you're more prepared than that now, and you have a community right here in the comments that has your back. Australia is extraordinary. The people you'll meet here will shape you in ways you can't predict. Pack smart, stay switched on, trust your gut, engage your community, and go live the adventure. That's a wrap on this one. If this helped you, smash that like button right now. It takes 1 second and it tells the algorithm that this kind of real, useful content is worth sharing with more backpackers who need it. Subscribe if you haven't. New videos every week on working holiday jobs, hostel life, city guides, and the real unfiltered Aussie backpacker experience. Drop your country in the comments below. I want to see where the Backpack Australia community is coming from today. Links in the description for everything I mentioned: safety gear, VPN recommendations, the best Facebook groups for working holiday travelers, and how to find legitimate farm work with real employers. All there for you. And here is today's slang word. It is Barney. It means a loud altercation, a physical struggle, or a fight. Have you seen anyone getting into a Barney lately, or keeping things calm? Do you want work or Aussie backpacking information? We are connected with 4,000 plus employers right now. Sign up for our exclusive newsletter. Link in the description. Every backpacker has a story. Go out and write yours. See you in the next video.